Having lived in Orange County for almost 25 years, I might drive down the freeway and see mid-rise buildings going up. I might see major residential construction, but what I'm seeing differently now is I'm seeing some older industrial buildings that were maybe built to be 1 or 2 stories. Maybe they were tilt-up, they were built for manufacturing, for warehousing, and now they're being used for different purposes. If the zoning allows and the density provides for users of office space, those industrial buildings are now becoming office use, and I think that's good for construction. I think it's good for the area. Even some business retail parks that were maybe a retail user, now it's possible to maybe go up a floor and have office above and warehouse below in a park that was originally built to be single story. So the construction that's taking place is maybe different, but I think it's in keeping with some of the construction trends, the economic requirements that are changing in this area. And so I'm optimistic just as a casual observer of what's happening in Orange County. When I think of a medical user, I think of a hospital automatically. I think of maybe even a medical office building that looks like a Class A office or a high-rise, but I think we're going to see a change, and we're already seeing how people are using retail centers for medical users. Harder to do in a medical office building, kind of hard to absorb into a major hospital space, but you've got signage. We've got an aging population, you have baby boomers, and so they're going to want to pull up and have convenient parking. They're going to want to have good signage so that they can see it and get to the space. You're going to want to be able to have a single-story building so that people can access it if they are disabled. So with the changing trends in medical users, I'm optimistic actually if I were a retail shopping center owner, I'd see some medical users coming into space that was originally designed for retail use, but now some of the larger companies are wanting to be maybe a little bit more flexible in terms of how much space they lease up front. If I were a spec developer, I don't know if I'd go out and build a retail center thinking that I might get a medical user. Maybe those spaces are pre-leased and you could get the lease and the user before you started construction. But again, if I owned a retail center in Orange County area and I saw some of the healthcare providers that are down here, I'd feel like maybe they could come in and take the space and 5 to 10,000 square foot user, they can build it out. There's flexibility to move into the adjacent contiguous space. If they had a right of first refusal that was negotiated in the lease, they could knock down that wall and expand. The medical providers are wanting to provide space that's convenient. It has to be on the ground floor. It's hard to get people up elevators sometimes in a larger medical facility, but you bring them in ground floor, they've got ease of access, the signage is good from the street, and so those retail centers are actually becoming pretty good medical spaces.